One wrong turn and the vibe changes. Not in a cute, spooky way. And your lungs, your skin, or the literal ground under you might be the problem way. Because Stranger Things didn't invent the upside down feeling. It just gave it a name. And we already have real places on Earth that look normal on camera, but are a nightmare in real life. So, this is not a travel guide, this is a please do not become a headline guide. Also, quick safety note, some of these places are illegal to enter. Some are physically dangerous, some are ethically off limits, and some are all of the above. If you've ever visited anything unusual, you go legally, with permission, with real planning, and not alone. Cool? Cool. Because the internet loves aesthetic danger, and danger does not care if your video is cinematic. Now we start with the one that feels the most upside down because the threat is basically invisible. Wittenoom, Western Australia. Wittenoom used to be a mining town, like a real place people lived. Schools, homes, families. Then it became infamous for blue asbestos, specifically chrysotile, which is widely recognized as one of the most hazardous forms of asbestos. And what makes Wittenoom so creepy is not ghosts. Not, did you hear that noises? It's the fact you can be standing there thinking, this is quiet, this is fine. And the risk can literally be in dust and debris you cannot see. Western Australia also passed legislation to formally close the Wittenoom townsite. So when people online says, let's go explore the abandoned asbestos town, I need you to hear me clearly. That is not fearless, that is just inhaling consequences. And the worst part, you don't get a dramatic warning moment. No sirens, no instant pain, nothing. Just later. Okay, next place. Different kind of horror. This one is loud, but you still might not notice it until it's too late. Centralia, Pennsylvania, USA. Centralia is the grounded haunted story that is actually real. In 1962, a fire started in an area connected to coal seams, and it became an underground coal fire that's lasted for decades. And the reason this place messes with people is because the town doesn't look like a movie set. It looks like a normal place that got erased. Roads that lead to nothing, lots where houses used to be. Quiet that feels wrong because your brain expects life. And the real danger in places like this can include things like unstable ground and gases in affected areas. This is why abandoned does not mean safe. Sometimes abandoned means the environment won. Now we go underground, because the fastest way to get upside down energy is to pick a location where exists are confusing. The illegal sections of the Paris catacombs in France. A quick clarification before anyone comments, I've been to the catacombs. Yes, there's an official Paris catacombs route that's legal and designed for visitors. But there are also restricted tunnels that people sneak into. And this is where I'm going to be annoying and responsible for a second. In 1955, entering the catacombs outside the official area has been illegal. And the main fear here isn't even paranormal, it's math. Underground maze, plus darkness, plus disorientation, plus no easy landmarks, plus panic equals you can make one bad decision and it snowballs. Because imagine this, you are down there, everything looks the same. Same walls, same tunnels, same damp air. Your flashlight hits a fork and you pick the wrong direction. And then you try to just go back, except you can't tell which turn was the turn. That's not adventurous. That's how people end up trapped in stories they never wanted to star in. Next location is the most important kind of do not go, because this isn't about danger in the air or on the ground. It's about basic human respect. North Sentinel Island, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in India. North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, an indigenous group known for living in isolation. And outsiders are restricted from approaching, including through a declared buffer zone. This is not a mystery location. This is a living community that deserves protection, privacy, and safety. Because contact isn't a quirky adventure, it can bring disease, conflict, and serious harm. So if someone online frames it like a forbidden continent, please let the correct part of your brain win. Humans are not a challenge level, they are not a plot twist, they are not a documentary aesthetic. Alright, next one. This is the place the internet loves to exaggerate like it's a horror DLC. Ilha da Queimada Grande in Brazil. A lot of people call it Snake Island. And yes, it's known for the golden lancehead, a venomous pit viper that's endemic there. And access is restricted. It's not a normal tourism spot, it's generally treated as controlled access, typically for permitted visits like research. And listen, I know there's always one person who's like, snakes are kind of cute though. Sure, from a safe distance. In a controlled setting. This isn't a zoo, this isn't a vibe, this is an ecosystem that does not care about your confidence. Now the last one is the closest thing we have to a real-world rules change here zone. Chernobyl, Ukraine, and the exclusion zone. Before the war, parts of the exclusion zone had regulated tours in certain areas with rules and controlled routes. But the situation has been unstable and high risk for multiple reasons. And in early 2025, there was widely reported damage to new safe confinement at the Chernobyl site from a drone strike. So when people treat Chernobyl like an edgy backdrop, it makes my eye twitch. Because this is not just abandoned buildings. This is a place shaped by disaster, contamination risks, and modern conflict risks. It's the definition of upside-down logic. Not monsters, just a feeling that normal safety rules don't apply. Now, connect the dots with me, because this is the part most people miss. All 6 of these places punish curiosity in different ways. Venom punishes you quietly, with what you cannot see. Centralia punishes you from below, with what's still burning and unstable. The illegal catacombs punish you with the disorientation and underground math. North Sentinel pushes you ethically, because a community is not content. Ilha da Queimada Grande punishes you biologically, because nature doesn't negotiate. Chernobyl punishes you with reality, history, risk, and instability. And here's my mini rant, because I have to. If you want a vibe, get it safely. Go to places built for visitors. Guided tours, museums, decommissioned sites that are actually prepared for human beings. Do not turn no trespassing into challenge accepted. Warning signs are not aesthetic. They are a survival note from someone who already did the homework. I can feel myself getting intense. Curiosity is not the enemy. Curiosity is fun. But curiosity without safety is just gambling with your body. Alright, I want to hear from you. Which one freaked you out the most? The invisible dust one? The underground maze one? Or the please leave isolated communities alone one? Drop it in the comments and tell me what you want next, because I can make this a series. Abandoned hospitals, ghost towns, underground tunnels, contaminated zones. Like the video if you want more Stranger Things but real life. Subscribe for more creepy stories, and please, if your friend ever says, let's go explore this abandoned place alone, grab their sleeve and go get coffee instead. Because surviving is always more viral than disappearing.